Most people get New York completely wrong. They burn out in 2 days, blow their whole budget around Times Square, and leave thinking the city is just loud, crowded, and overpriced. This guide is going to fix all of that. Over the next half hour, I'll give you everything you actually need to know before you go. When to visit, how to get around like a local, the views, the food, the cafes, the hidden escapes, the life hacks for getting into places for free, and a perfect plan to tie it all together. So get comfortable, and let's plan your perfect trip to New York. First, the mindset, because this is what saves your trip. New York is not one city. It's 5 boroughs and hundreds of neighborhoods, each with its own feel. As a first-timer, you'll mostly be in Manhattan with a few trips into Brooklyn and Queens. And here's the secret. The magic isn't the giant landmarks. It's the small stuff in between. It's the steam rising off the street at night, the corner deli, the view from a bridge at sunrise, the slice of pizza at midnight. So don't try to see everything, you physically can't. Pick 2 or 3 anchors a day and leave room to just wander. That's when the real city shows up. Let's start with timing because it makes a huge difference. The best seasons are spring, April to early June, and fall, September through November. You get mild weather, golden light, and the city at its absolute best. Summer, July and August is hot, humid, and sticky. The subway platforms feel like a sauna. It's still fun, just pack light and hydrate. Winter is cold, but December is pure magic. The holiday lights, the store windows, the ice rinks. Just bundle up and expect crowds at the big sites. And here's a bonus for the photographers. Twice a year, the setting sun lines up perfectly with Manhattan street grid and blazes straight down the avenues. It's called Manhattanhenge. In 2026, the best dates are around May 29th and July 11th. Stand on a wide cross street like 14th, 34th, or 42nd. Look west at sunset, and you'll get one of the most jaw-dropping photos of your life. Now getting in from the airport. New York has 3, JFK, Newark, and LaGuardia. From JFK, the smartest move is the air train straight to the subway. It's cheap, and it skips all the traffic. From Newark, the air train connects to a train into Penn Station, right in Manhattan. One firm rule: do not follow anyone who walks up to you inside the terminal offering a ride. Those unofficial drivers will massively overcharge you. Use the official yellow taxi line, a pre-booked ride, or honestly, just take the train. A cab from JFK in rush hour can take well over an hour and cost a small fortune. Where you stay matters more than people realize. For a first trip, base yourself somewhere central in Manhattan, Midtown, or near Madison Square, so you can walk to a lot and hop on the subway for everything else. Want to save real money? Stay just across the river in Long Island City in Queens or in Brooklyn. You're one subway stop from Manhattan with better views and far lower prices. And a key tip: skip the hotels right inside Times Square. They're overpriced, and it's the one neighborhood you'll actually want to leave quickly. Okay, the single most important skill in New York: the subway. It runs 24 hours a day, it's cheap, and it is by far the fastest way to move. Forget taxis crawling through traffic, the train goes under all of it. Paying is easy now. Just tap your phone or a contactless credit card right at the turnstile. That's the Omni system, no paper ticket needed. And here's the life hack: it caps your fares automatically. After about 12 rides in a 7-day stretch, every ride after that is free for the rest of the week. Download a transit app and don't be intimidated. Honestly, looking a little lost on the subway is the most New York thing you can do. And let me give you a trick so you never get lost up on the street. Manhattan is a grid. Streets run east to west and go up in number as you head north. Avenues run north to south. So if you know you're on 50th Street heading to 42nd, you just walk 8 blocks south. Once that clicks, You can navigate the whole city in your head. Now let's hit the icons, done the smart way, not the tourist trap way. Start with the Statue of Liberty. Here's the trick almost nobody tells you. Instead of paying for a statue ferry, hop on the Staten Island Ferry. It's completely free, runs around the clock, and sails right past Lady Liberty with stunning skyline views. It is the single best free thing in the entire city. Next, the views from above, and I want to spend real time here, because seeing this city from up high is unforgettable. You've got the big 3 observation decks, the Empire State Building, the Edge out at Hudson Yards, and Top of the Rock at Rockefeller Center. My pick is Top of the Rock, and here's why. From up there, your photo includes both the Empire State Building and Central Park stretched out below you, the 2 things you actually want in the shot. The Empire State can't photograph itself, and the Edge doesn't give you the park. Go at sunset, book your slot in advance, and you're set. But here's a viewpoint life hack most tourists completely miss. Head to the rooftop of the Metropolitan Museum of Art, the Cantor Roof Garden. It's a rooftop terrace with a little bar, looking straight out over the treetops of Central Park with the Midtown skyscrapers rising behind. And you get up there on your regular museum admission. A skyline and park view with a drink in hand, basically for the price of the Met. Open seasonally, usually spring through fall. And for a completely free view over the park, walk to Belvedere Castle, right in the middle of Central Park. Climb up to its terrace, and you're looking out over Turtle Pond and the treetops. It's quiet, it's beautiful, and it costs nothing. In my opinion, it's the best free view in the whole park. Which brings us to Central Park itself, and you cannot skip it. It's 800 acres of green right in the heart of the city, and it's free. Don't just walk past the edge, go deep into it. Wander to the Bow Bridge, the most romantic spot in the park. Sit by the Bethesda Fountain. Walk the loop around the Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis Reservoir for skyline reflections. Rent a bike to cover more ground, or just find a bench on the Great Lawn and watch the city slow down around you. Central Park is where New York comes to breathe, and it's the best free rest stop in the city. Now Times Square. Here's my honest advice. Go once at night to see the lights blaze. Take it in for 10 minutes, snap your photo, and then leave. Seriously. It's a wall of billboards, costumed characters who will absolutely charge you for a photo, and some of the worst, most overpriced food in the city. See it, feel the energy, and walk away. Here's a far better idea for that same time and energy. Walk across the Brooklyn Bridge. Start early in the morning, walk from the Manhattan side toward Brooklyn, and you get one of the greatest skyline views on Earth, with hardly anyone around. End it with a coffee and a bagel in Dumbo, with that famous shot of the bridge framing the Empire State Building. It's the perfect New York morning. Now let me give you the hidden escapes, the spots that make you feel like you found the secret city. First, Governor's Island. It's a car-free island, just a short, cheap ferry ride from Lower Manhattan, and most tourists never go. Rolling lawns, hammocks, art, bike paths, and you can take an elevator up to a roof terrace for free, with a breathtaking view straight back at the downtown skyline. Next, Little Island. It's a small, futuristic floating park built on tulip-shaped pillars right over the Hudson River. It's free, it's gorgeous, and tucked inside is a quiet garden with benches that most visitors never reach. One of the most peaceful places in all of Manhattan. A perfect spot to sit and recharge. Then take the Roosevelt Island tram. For the price of a single subway fare, you ride a cable car high over the East River with gorgeous skyline views. On the island, walk to the southern tip for the FDR Memorial, see the ruins of the old smallpox hospital, and enjoy a calm, almost small-town feel just minutes from Midtown. A couple more free viewpoints worth knowing. Pier 57 has a public rooftop park near the Whitney Museum, with peaceful Hudson views and almost no crowds. And over in Brooklyn Bridge Park, the piers give you free, postcard-perfect views of the Manhattan skyline across the water. No ticket, no cover charge, just the city glowing in front of you. Okay, now the real New York, the neighborhoods, where you'll spend your best hours. Soho for cast iron buildings, art galleries, and shopping. The West Village for the prettiest, most charming streets in the city. Get lost on purpose here. The Lower East Side for nightlife, bars, and food. Cross into Brooklyn for Williamsburg, hip, full of cafes, rooftop bars, and vintage shops. Go up to Harlem for its history, its brownstones, and incredible soul food. And do not skip Chinatown, which brings me to one of the best things you can do in this city. A Chinatown dumpling crawl. Skip the tourist restaurants and go hole to hole through the little spots. Start at a classic like Nam Wa Tea Parlor, then hit a few tiny dumpling counters where $5 gets you a plate of the best soup dumplings of your life. One important tip: bring cash. Many of the most authentic places don't take cards. You will eat like a king for almost nothing. Speaking of food, this is where New York simply wins. The golden rule again: never eat right in Times Square. Walk a few blocks in any direction and the food gets better and cheaper instantly. Start with the absolute classics. A real New York slice of pizza, folded in half and eaten on the go. A proper bagel with cream cheese, that's your breakfast every day. A towering pastrami sandwich at a legendary deli like Katz's. And the hallow carts on the street corners. The chicken and rice platter with that white sauce is a cheap, glorious New York institution. When you want choice, hit the food halls. Chelsea Market and Time Out Market in Brooklyn put dozens of great vendors under one roof. Perfect when your group can't agree. And on a weekend, go to Smorgasburg, a huge outdoor food market in Brooklyn that is absolute heaven for anyone who loves to eat. New York is the greatest food city on the planet, and most of your best meals will cost under $15. Now, where to rest, because 30,000 steps a day is real. The cafes here are everywhere. Duck into anyone, grab a coffee and people watch. But know the best free rest spots too. Bryant Park behind the public library has free chairs, lawns, and a relaxed European feel right in Midtown. Little Island's Garden, as I mentioned. The benches around the reservoir in Central Park. And the grand reading room of the New York Public Library, free and stunning. If you need a quiet, beautiful place to sit. Let's talk money and a few things that surprise every first-time visitor. The price you see on the menu is not the final price. Sales tax gets added at the register and tipping is expected, 18 to 20% at any sit-down restaurant. It's not optional here. Servers genuinely rely on it. The tap water, by the way, is excellent and free, so don't buy bottled. But here's the good news and your best life hacks for doing New York on a budget. So much of the city is free. The Staten Island Ferry, Central Park, the High Line, Governor's Island, the Brooklyn Bridge, Little Island, window shopping in Soho. And many world-class museums have pay-what-you-wish or free hours. The Met is pay-what-you-wish for New York State residents, and others have free evenings each week. Always check the museum's website before you go. And for Broadway, never pay full sticker price. Head to the TKTS booth for same-day discount tickets, sometimes half off. Even better, enter the digital lotteries and rush tickets for the big shows. You can see a world-class Broadway production for $30 or $40 if you play it smart. Here's another life hack for the views. You don't have to pay for an observation deck at all. Many rooftop bars have the same skyline view, and the price of one cocktail is less than a deck ticket. Find a rooftop at golden hour, order a single drink, and watch the lights come on across the city. Westlight in Williamsburg has one of the best Manhattan views anywhere. That's a memory, not a tourist trap. Now let's keep you sharp, the scams. Around Times Square, avoid the costumed characters. They'll pose with you, then demand cash. Don't take the free CD that someone presses into your hands, it's never free. And ignore anyone trying to tie a bracelet on your wrist or hand you a flower. Just keep walking, hand in your pocket, a friendly no thanks, and don't slow down. Now, the truth about safety. The touristy areas of New York are genuinely safe, day and night. Just use normal big city sense. Keep your bag zipped and in front of you on a packed subway car, stay aware in crowds, and you will be completely fine. A little local etiquette will make you blend right in. Walk fast and with purpose, New Yorkers move. Never stop dead in the middle of the sidewalk. Step to the side like pulling over on a highway. Stand to the right on escalators so people can pass on the left. And when you order, know what you want, keep the line moving. Do these and you're basically a local. Now let me load you up with more views, because if you only know the paid decks, you're missing the best ones and they're free. The #1 free skyline view in the whole city. Gantry Plaza State Park in Long Island City, just across the river in Queens. One subway stop from Midtown, and you're standing right at the water's edge with the entire Manhattan skyline filling the sky in front of you. At sunset, it's unreal and barely a tourist in sight. Right next to it is Hunters Point South Park. Same incredible view, more space. And on the Brooklyn side, the Brooklyn Heights Promenade gives you a classic postcard panorama of Lower Manhattan and the bridges, a quiet, tree-lined walkway locals love. Domino Park in Williamsburg gives you another one, with a cool industrial vibe. None of these cost a cent. If you do want one paid deck that's different, check out Summit One Vanderbilt. It's less a viewpoint and more an art experience. Floor-to-ceiling mirrors, glass floors, reflective rooms that play with the skyline. It photographs like nowhere else. Pricey but unique. Between Summit, top of the rock, the edge, and the free spots, you've got a view for every budget. Let's talk green escapes beyond Central Park, because New York has more than you'd think. The High Line is a must. An old elevated train track turned into a garden walkway floating above the streets of Chelsea, with art, plantings, and skyline peaks the whole way. Walk it end to end, and it spills you out right by Little Island and the Whitney. Washington Square Park in the Village is the city's living room, the famous arch, a fountain, street musicians, chess players, and the best people watching in town. Madison Square Park has calm lawns and the very first Shake Shack, if you want to try the burger where it all started. And down at the southern tip, the Battery gives you waterfront gardens looking out toward the harbor. These parks are free, and they're where you'll actually feel the rhythm of the city. Now, museums and the life hacks to see them without spending a fortune. New York has some of the greatest museums on earth, and many have free or pay-what-you-wish times if you know the schedule. The Museum of Modern Art, MoMA, is free on Friday evenings. The American Museum of Natural History is pay-what-you-wish for New York State residents. The Whitney has a pay-what-you-wish evening each week. And the Met, the big one, is pay-what-you-wish if you're a New York State resident or a student from nearby states. Everyone else has a suggested ticket that gets you into the main building and the cloisters for 2 days. The trick across the board: check each museum's website before you go, pick the free or discounted window, and book a timed slot. You can fill days with world-class art for very little. A couple more free experiences people never plan for. In the warmer months, you can go kayaking on the Hudson River for free. Volunteer-run boathouses hand you a kayak and a life vest at no charge for a paddle near the piers. There's also free outdoor movies in Bryant Park on summer nights, and free concerts at Summer Stage in Central Park. The NYC Ferry, while we're at it, costs the same as a subway ride, but gives you a gorgeous boat ride along the waterfront, the cheapest harbor cruise in the city. Let's go deeper on food because you'll be eating constantly and you want to do it right. For breakfast, it's a bagel or a bacon, egg, and cheese from a deli. Order it to go. Eat it walking. For a sweet break, hunt down a warm levain cookie, grab a classic black and white cookie, or get a slice of proper New York cheesecake. For coffee, skip the chains when you can and find a local roaster. The cafe culture here is serious. For neighborhoods and their flavors, Astoria in Queens for incredible Greek food, Arthur Avenue in the Bronx for old-school Italian, the real Little Italy locals go to. Koreatown, right in Midtown on 32nd Street for late-night Korean barbecue and karaoke. And for brunch, that weekend ritual New Yorkers love, almost any neighborhood spot will do. Just expect a wait and lean into the bottomless mimosas. Now some practical life hacks that quietly save your trip. Bathrooms. Public ones are rare, so duck into a hotel lobby, a department store like Macy's, a Starbucks, or use the clean restrooms in Bryant Park. Genuinely some of the nicest free ones in the city. Got hours to kill before check-in or after checkout? Leave your bags at a luggage storage spot. There are app-based ones all over, and explore hands-free. Timing matters too. Most museums are closed one day a week, often Monday or Tuesday, so check before you trek across town. Hit the big attractions right at opening or in the last couple of hours to dodge the worst crowds. And wear genuinely comfortable shoes. You will easily walk 8, 10, even 15 miles a day here without noticing. This is a walking city, head to toe. And for the photographers, here are the shots you want. Dumbo on Washington Street, where the Manhattan Bridge frames the buildings perfectly, go early before the crowds. The Oculus, that soaring white transit hall downtown. Grand Central Terminal's main concourse with the lights streaming in. The Flatiron Building. The top of the Rock at golden hour. And of course, Gantry Plaza for that full skyline. Those are your postcards. A quick word on seasons because the city transforms. In winter, see the Rockefeller Center tree, wander the holiday markets at Bryant Park and Union Square and feel the lights. In summer, it's rooftops, free outdoor movies, beach days at Kenai Island and summer stage concerts. In fall, Central Park turns gold and it's the most beautiful walk of the year. In spring, the cherry blossoms bloom at the Brooklyn Botanic Garden. Every season has its own New York. Let's talk about the city after dark, because New York at night is a different animal. For live music, the Village is hallowed ground. Jazz clubs like the Village Vanguard, the Blue Note, and tiny, smoky Smalls have hosted legends for decades. For comedy, the Comedy Cellar is the most famous club in the world, and you'll often catch huge names dropping in unannounced. For more secret night, New York is full of speakeasies, hidden bars behind unmarked doors, inside phone booths, through the back of a hot dog shop. Half the fun is finding them. And you don't have to spend big. A single craft cocktail and great conversation in a dim, beautiful room is a perfect New York evening. And don't fixate only on Broadway. Off-Broadway shows are cheaper, more intimate, and often more daring. A small theater downtown with 40 seats can give you a night you'll remember longer than the big musicals. Mix one famous show with one tiny discovery. Now shopping, even if you're not a big shopper, some of it is pure experience. Soho is the flagship store playground. For vintage and thrift, dig through the East Village in Williamsburg. On weekends, the Brooklyn Flea is full of antiques, records, and local makers. And book lovers, do not miss the Strand, 18 miles of books, a New York institution. A quick, honest word on those city passes. You'll see city pass and sightseeing bundles everywhere. The math is simple. They only save you money if you're going to do at least 3 or 4 of the big paid attractions, an observation deck, a museum, a harbor cruise, and so on. If your trip is mostly free stuff and walking, like I keep recommending, skip the pass and just pay for the 1 or 2 paid things you actually want. Don't buy a pass out of fear of missing out. On money and connectivity, Cards and phone tap are accepted almost everywhere, so you don't need much cash but carry some, because Chinatown dumpling spots, some delis, food carts, and tips often want it. For your phone, set up an eSIM before you fly and you'll land already connected, far cheaper than roaming. And let me be clear on tipping since it trips up every visitor. Restaurants, 18 to 20%. Bartenders, $1 or $2 per drink. Taxis and rides, 15 to 20%. Hotel housekeeping, a few dollars a night. A bellhop, a couple dollars a bag. It feels like a lot, but it's built into how people here are paid, budget for it, so it's not a surprise. Here are a few more secret spots that'll make you feel like an insider. Inside Grand Central Terminal near the Oyster Bar, there's the Whispering Gallery. Stand in one corner, have your friends stand in the opposite corner, and you can hear each other whisper across the room. It's a magic little trick most tourists walk right past. Down in the financial district, hunt for the elevated acre, a hidden public garden up a set of escalators between office towers, with harbor views and almost nobody there. Over in Brooklyn, Red Hook gives you a gritty waterfront postcard statue of Liberty views and famous key lime pie. And up north, Fort Tryon Park, around the cloisters, has some of the most peaceful river views in all of Manhattan. Let me say a real word about arriving. Your first few hours set the tone. Don't overplan day one, especially if you've got jet lag. Drop your bags, grab a coffee and a slice, and just walk your neighborhood to get your bearings. Let the city introduce itself slowly. You'll sleep better and enjoy everything more. And about safety at night. The main areas, Midtown, the Village, the busy neighborhoods, are lively and safe well into the evening. Stick to well-lit, busy streets. Keep your phone in your pocket rather than out in your hand, and you'll be just fine. New York today is far safer than its old reputation suggests. Let me also give the day trips their due because they are worth a full day each. Kenai Island in summer is pure old-school fun. The boardwalk, the beach, the historic Wonder Wheel and Cyclone, and a Nathan's Hot Dog where the famous contest is held. It's a 30-minute subway ride and feels like another world. The Cloisters up in Fort Tryon Park is the Met's medieval branch. A monastery rebuilt stone by stone, with quiet gardens and tapestries overlooking the Hudson. It's the most serene half-day in the city. And Flushing, Queens, is where you go for arguably the best Chinese and Korean food in all of America. Adventurous, cheap, and absolutely worth the train. Here's a transport life hack I love. City Bike, the city's bike share. Grab a day pass on the app, and you can grab a bike from a dock anywhere, ride it, and drop it at another dock. Riding through Central Park or down the protected path along the Hudson River at sunset is one of the great free-feeling joys of New York, and it's faster than walking, cheaper than cabs. Let me go a little deeper on Central Park because most people barely scratch it. Beyond the famous spots, seek out Strawberry Fields and the imagined mosaic honoring John Lennon. Walk the grand, tree-lined mall. Lie out on Sheep Meadow with the skyline behind you. Visit the formal conservatory garden up north, the park's quiet, hidden corner. In winter, skate at Woolman Rink. You could spend an entire day here and not run out. Let's put real numbers on the budget so you can plan. A subway ride is under $3 with that weekly fare cap. A great slice of pizza, $3 or $4. A Hallo Cart platter or a deli sandwich, $8 to $12. A nice sit-down dinner, $30 to $50 before tip. An observation deck, $40 plus, which is exactly why I keep steering you to the free views. Do New York smart, and it's far cheaper than its reputation. Do it lazy, and it'll empty your wallet by lunch. A few more neighborhoods worth your time. Tribeca for cobblestones and quiet luxury. Nolita for boutiques and cafe-lined corners. Chelsea for free world-class art galleries, yes, free. Just walk in and look. The Upper West Side for a calmer, classic New York feel near the park, and Bushwick in Brooklyn for some of the best street art and murals you'll ever see. And let me load you up on a few more cheap eats and treats, because this is the soul of the city. A New York diner breakfast in a worn vinyl booth, an everything bagel toasted with scallion cream cheese, a dollar slice late at night after the bars, an egg cream, no egg, no cream, just a classic fizzy chocolate drink from an old soda counter, and a slice of cheesecake to finish. These small, cheap things are what you'll miss most when you go home. Before the plan, let me save you from the biggest mistakes, the ones almost every first-timer makes. Number 1, trying to cram all 5 boroughs into 2 days. You'll see everything and feel nothing. Slow down. Number 2, spending real time and money in Times Square. See it once, then go. Number 3, taking taxis everywhere and sitting in traffic when the subway is right there, faster and cheaper. Number 4, eating near the big attractions where the food is worst and priciest. Walk a few blocks. Number 5, paying for views you can get for free and paying full price for Broadway when discounts are a tap away. Fix those 5 things, and you've already had a better trip than 90% of tourists. Let me pull it all together with a simple plan. Day 1, classic Manhattan. Walk the Brooklyn Bridge at sunrise, explore Lower Manhattan, ride the free Staten Island ferry past Lady Liberty, then wander up through Soho and the Village in the afternoon. Day 2, Midtown and the views. Go up top of the Rock for the skyline and the park. Spend the afternoon deep in Central Park, Bethesda, the Bow Bridge, Belvedere Castle, and catch a Broadway show at night with those discount tickets. Day 3, go local and slow. Spend the morning in Brooklyn, Dumbo, and Williamsburg, hit a food market, then escape to Governor's Island or Little Island in the afternoon. Finish with a rooftop bar at sunset. 3 days and you'll have seen the real New York, not just the postcard. And if you've got a 4th day, go further out. The cloisters up north for medieval art and gardens, the beach and boardwalk at Kenai Island, or a dumpling feast out in Flushing, Queens. The city keeps rewarding you the deeper you go. So that's your complete guide to New York City. Come for the skyline, but fall in love with the everyday magic. The bagel in the morning, the view from the bridge, the slice at midnight, the quiet garden over the river. This city rewards the traveler who slows down and pays attention. If this helped you plan your trip, you know what to do, and stick around because next, we're heading to another unforgettable city together. Safe travels, and I'll see you in New York.